What's up, guys? Wow, Arlington, whoo, that was crazy. Hayden Deegan is a savage. I'm going to get into that. I'm talking about Forkner. I'm going to talk about third place in points. Think about it, guys. Do you know who's third place in the 250 points? Because I do, and it's awesome. This Sunday, guys, the cookout, the Cooksey Cookout with Ride Strapped. Coach Rob will be there from 2 to 4 on Sunday in Daytona. Go to cookseymob.com and secure your spot. We've got a few left. So if you want to go on Sunday,
you need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
I want to send my best to Austin Forkner. That was brutal. And after what he's been through, his poor career, man, he has done a lot, though. He has won a lot of Supercross races. Has he won titles? No, he's had crashes. It's a tough, dangerous sport. And he had just fought his way back. A lot of people didn't. I honestly thought when he blew his knee out last year, that might be the last time we ever saw him. But he defied the odds, clawed back, and he was the guy. He made a grown man pass, as James Stewart would say, on Hayden Deegan around the outside and looked to be in control of that main. Well, a contact fell out is what I'm being told. And also, Deegan found his flow and started coming, and it kind of forced that mistake. It's just crazy that it was that bad. Lots of guys make mistakes, but it doesn't end up in one of the most horrific crashes you'll ever see. I just feel bad for Forkner, man. That was ugly to see him land on his head and neck. I was worried about paralysis. I was worried about even if he like internal injuries, head injury. Like that's like a really nasty accident. Imagine standing in the back of a truck, go 30 to 35 miles an hour, put a helmet on, and have your biggest friend toss you out of the truck onto your head. And as for him walking, what the hell were they doing? What the hell is going on with the Asterisk medical crew? A few years ago, Brian Moreau had an incident where he broke his neck. They set him on that mule. And if you guys have ever ridden on the back of a mule, I happen to have ridden on the specific one they use. It's bumpy. What's the number one thing you do with a back or neck injury? Stabilize it. And they didn't do that. They put the neck stabilizer on. Turns out lower back that's broken. So what good does that do? I'm just disappointed in them. And somebody was standing there with an Asterisk shirt on right where he landed. He had to have known how bad that impact was. And if you say, oh, he was awake and he was saying he wanted to walk, he just got knocked out. He's not in any right mind to make any decisions. Anyone who says that hasn't been knocked silly. I got up after getting knocked out and did another moto with a broken wrist because I didn't even know, because your body shuts things off. There was a documentary on Nate Adams, freestyle rider back in the day, knocked himself silly, got up, and he's moving his arms like this. He had a broken collarbone. Those of you who've broken a collarbone, you know you can't do this. But he was so out of it because of the head injury. They do weird things to you. They should have strapped him down on a board and just said, listen, you have to do this. It should be mandatory until they can get you back and do the proper check to make sure you're not going to cause a life-changing injury. Had they done that for Brian Moreau, his whole life would be different. Let's not make that mistake twice. Come on. Once is dumb, two is idiotic. Where does Austin Forkner go from here? This is tough. It's hard. I don't think people understand the amount of, you have physical pain, you put all your effort, your life dedicated towards something, and it's ripped from you, and it's done. So not only do you have to recover from these physical ailments, there's a mental aspect. And it's crazy. Adam Cincerillo, of all people, who knows this all too well, weighed in on it. And you could see in his Instagram video.
After watching Austin crash last night, I don't know about you, but I was sick to my stomach, man. We all know the story, how he's built himself back up from firsthand experience.
The whole thing is on Adam's Instagram story. I just wanted to give you guys a clip to show you how heartfelt it was and where he's coming from. And it's tough, man. So I feel for Forkner. If you guys are traveling and you have trouble eating, get the Coach Rob recipe book over at thecoachrobstore.com and stay healthy on the road. Get it at coachrobstore.com. Epic Garage Designs has some of the coolest stuff. Check out this lift for your garage. You want to get stuff off the floor, but you still want to have access to it? Get this electronic lift. It goes up and down, put whatever you want on there. Now to what is becoming the strongest mental rider out there, Hayden Deegan. He is web-like mentally strong. It's crazy how this guy brings in the cheers, and he also draws strength from the boos or the haters.
And I mean, the people that doubt you, honestly, it's like, I just want to prove them wrong every weekend. And no matter what happens, proving them wrong is my favorite thing.
He's welcoming it all. Hayden Deegan is the complete package. And the way he kept the pressure, yes, he forced Forkner to make that mistake. Yes, it was a small mistake, but had he not been pushing Forkner and sticking his wheel up, getting close to him, Forkner could have been able to like slow it down and manage that section and just drop that wheel perfect and take that extra second to do it. Instead, he was rushing it. And that's what happens when you rush things. You make big mistakes. Rarely does it come off the way that it did, but yeah, it happens. It's horrible. But back to Deegan, wins the race. And this is his actual first Supercross race. Yes, he won the Super Motocross World Championship, but it wasn't a true Supercross race. This is his first true Supercross win. I mean, coming off that broken wrist and just, I love his podium speeches, guys. This guy gets up there, and yes, he's going to piss people off. He even went third person in the press conference. I started laughing when he called himself the Deegs.
Can you explain to us the danger zone? What is the danger zone?
That's like the danger zone. I don't know, Danger Boy was kind of my thing growing up, and now we can, I don't know, I feel like if you're in the danger zone, like, it's kind of got a little taste of the Deegs beast mode.
Usually, when you go third person, you turn everyone against you instantly. You want to turn a crowd against you, go third person. He kind of made it work. I kind of liked it. But what I would have said to that question is, you tell me what it means. If you're asking what danger zone is, you know what? You tell me you watched it and then put it back on the reporter instead of answering it the way he did. But hey, he still handled it really well. The other thing you'll notice about this clip is look at McAdoo's body position, how this changes when Hayden starts saying that. McAdoo's there to fight him. He is not going to let Hayden Deegan run away with this thing. If you think it's over because Austin Forkner's out, you're mistaken. Cameron McAdoo comes to race. He's not short on effort. Literally, balls out.
That's like the danger zone. I don't know, Danger Boy was kind of my thing growing up, and now we can, I don't know, I feel like if you're in the danger zone, like, it's kind of got a little taste of the Deegs beast mode.
Check out ridestrap.com, guys, if you want your goggles, your industry outsider shirts, Let's Go Brandon, whatever you want. Hit up ridestrap.com, and they'll also be at the Cooksey Mob Cookout. So go to cooksemob.com if you want to register for that on Sunday. If you're shipping anything, use Precision Transport. Precision Transport they've got customer service, reasonable pricing, and they love motocross. So if you need to ship anything using a truck, hit up pretransport.com. All right, so if anyone hasn't looked at the points and didn't know this, I promise you didn't know Cody Schock was in third place in the points. Yes, the same Cody Schock that was let go from Phoenix Honda really late. And if it had not been for Enzo Lopes' departure, or however you want to put it, boy, that move isn't looking so good for Star. Looking really good for Club MX because they got rid of a guy that probably wouldn't have rode because he's hurt, and they got a guy in third in the points. So that's awesome. Good on Cody Schock. I hope he builds off of this. The Club MX guys are awesome. They truly refine talent down there. Brandon and Mike and the guys, they really know how to build racers instead of just putting them on and saying, do it or don't, do it or you're fired. No, they actually truly groom talent. And surprise, surprise, Max Anstey, no wins, but he's got that red plate because of all the madness in the 250 class. But I don't see Max getting in there and winning without some sort of a break. I don't think he's got that raw speed to go with McAdoo and Deegan on specific days. Tom Vial was incredibly fortunate. He had a huge get off, kind of like Forkner, but he didn't get hurt. He went left instead of right, but he was able to race. He salvaged, got on the podium. Tom Vial is looking a lot better. He's looking smooth, but I put him in that Max Anstey category. He could be there. He can get a win, but is he going to straight up beat McAdoo or Deegan? I don't see that yet. Daxton Bennett had a rough night. Listen, he came out on his first night as a rookie and got a podium. We all knew it wasn't going to be that easy. He had a rough night and he fought through it, but Daxton Bennett he's for real, and he's going to be up there battling. And I see him getting in that mix on the podium and maybe even getting a win this season, depending on how things play out. But Daxton's for real. And I mentioned the Arena Cross guys yesterday, Isaiah Clark in the 250, but I forgot about Michael Hicks. Michael Hicks was there. Both of these guys are really good. I think Isaiah, I mentioned it yesterday, his technique on the bigger tracks, I think somebody needs to grab this kid and bring him Supercross full time. I think he could make some waves. And if you guys didn't see the madness between Brock Pappy and Hardy Munoz, you missed out. I will say, I'm a huge Brock Pappy fan. I've been watching him for quite a while. That move was a bit over the line, my man. You hit Hardy on the face of that jump, and I'm glad there was nobody coming the other direction in those whoops. That could have been really bad. I think Hardy had a right to be a little pissed at you, but I love the fight. I mean, but yeah, that was a brutal one, and I understand it's for the last transfer spot, and we have this unwritten rule like anything goes for the last transfer spot. But damn, dude. But anyway, great job on both those guys to salvage, get back, get through the LCQ, and get in the main event. Both rode awesome. All right, guys, so I will be at Daytona. If you're around, come up, say hello, shout Cooksey Mob. I love it. I love seeing you guys. It makes me feel really good when I hear people that watch the channel and see them in person, meet them in person. It's awesome. So, all right, guys, I will see you this weekend if you're in Daytona, maybe at the barbecue. And remember, if you need a real estate agent, hit me up, chriscookseymedia@gmail.com. I will get you the place you need, or I'll help sell your place. Either way. Thanks, guys. Later.